Back in 2007, Halo 3 was set to release in September on the Xbox 360, and this left Sony panicking. The PS3 had just came out and initially wasn't selling as well as they'd hoped. Sony knew that Halo 3 was going to be big, and they just didn't have a first-person shooter of that caliber to compete. The closest competitor they had at the time, Killzone 2, wasn't set to release until 2 years later in 2009, so Sony was at a loss. They scrambled and tried to do something that would dampen the blow of Halo 3 on them. That's when the caught wind of an FPS game being developed by legendary developers Free Radical and being published by Ubisoft. The game sounded great on paper. The campaign starts off with the player fighting for a private military only to defect to the rebel faction halfway through the story. The multiplayer sounded great as well. Sony knew they needed this game, so they begged Ubisoft, with a few $1 million of course, to make this game a PS3 exclusive. Ubisoft eventually agreed, and in 2008 we got Haze on the PS3, and yeah, this game just didn't cut it. It was a boring, uninspired first-person shooter that didn't come close to being the Halo killer Sony promised. The game was reviewed as being average and sold pretty poorly. After its disappointing release, Sony had to return to the drawing board because